Oh, you hardcores out there, how you doing? I've got the two lieutenants with me. I didn't fancy it today, it rained. Anybody watched boxing last night? I had Kent on dinner, so I've just had to catch up. I see how Bamba Gascoigne got a win, didn't he? Against a plumber. And then backstage he's telling people he's going to kill Shaka Stevenson stone dead. Go on, lad. I look forward to people sending me his tweets next few days. Oh, Bamba Gascoigne. Hey? What about Calamantana, eh? I bet he had a heavy one last night. I bet it was a heavier one than my one. I think my Fridays have become boring. What's happening with Crusher Ben? What's the story? Silence is golden, golden. Silence, innit? We've had all that chit chat. Hey? All these months. Now we've got silence. I don't know. What the world's coming to? I don't know. Pot pot bang job, innit? But do you know what I want to talk about this morning? Why we're hardly hearing about Cambosis against Maxi Hughes. Doncaster's favourite boxer at the moment. Why is there no PR for it? Nobody seems to be. Come on. Sludged up to eyeballs here. There's no PR for it, is there? At all. Why is that? Stop. No. Why is that? Hey. No PR. It's like it's an afterthought, isn't it? Fight like that. A Brit as well. I don't know, it's a bit balmy, isn't it? I wonder what you're up to this morning, Bricktop. Ha 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 ha! You've got your minions watching! Yeah. Can you imagine Bricktop? Just send me the bit where he mentions me. That's what most of them say. Porky, just send me that bit where he mentions me. I don't want to watch all of it. Hey, oh my God. Dylan White, he's quiet, innit? He'll be in camp, won't he? The can man. Anybody who wants it can get it. As long as they're shot to bits like Joshua. Do you know, the more I think about that fight, the more it's quite an intriguing fight, isn't it? I know they keep. What are you doing? What are you sniffing? Come on. Come on, Parias, get moving. Come on. Come on then. It's a more intriguing fight than you think because, yeah, there is a lot online. I know they keep trying to sell it as winners going to get Wilder. Listen, if Dylan White does Joshua, he won't be going anywhere. Joshua won't be going anywhere near Wilder, will he? They'll try and have another fight, won't they? Delay it and delay it and delay it. Because if all roads appear to be leading to Wilder and Fury for Anthony Joshua, why hasn't it happened? Come on, they're knocking on for Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather age here, aren't they? They're mid-30s now, aren't they? Tyson's 35 in a couple of weeks. You know, it's what's Joshua? 34. October. It's time's marching on it. They're gonna be past the primes, aren't they? It's gonna be like Fraser, innit? Ali Free, where they couldn't stand each other, but they couldn't get out of the way, could they? You know what I mean? But at least they fought 2 times before, didn't they? But I think these know, all parties involved with this, the boxers, the trainers, the managers, the fighters, the TV, I think they all know that Joshua, Fury, it's that big that it's always going to be there, innit? It's always going to be there. Because we're always talking about that fight, aren't we? We all want that fight. And it's all we talk about, and it's all they're throwing at us. And they know they're not going to give it us until they've got nowhere else to go. I'm telling you. Till they've got nowhere to go, that's when they'll fight now. If Dylan White flogs Joshua, he's got nowhere to go, has he, Joshua? He'd probably have to retire. But they won't, they'll be punching for pay when they're 40. Oh yeah, you think you're going to have a lifetime deal with Matchroom and Eddie Hills and not be punching for pay while you're 40? When he's about 37, if Joshua tries to retire, Eddie Hills will be like, no mate, have you seen me what you're doing in gym? Look at the spreadsheets. You're better than that, you're better than anything, Anthony. That's what he'll say to him. He say you're punching smarter, you're not throwing as many punches, you're not wasting punches. They'll give him all this crap and tell him he's changed his style and G him up. They say you've still got something new, you've still got something. You know, like Dennis says to people, I think he's got something in Russ. I say, you what, you told me you couldn't fight. I said another thing, you used to say that to me all the time about things I do. Is that just a one-liner that you do to give people confidence, Ron? And that's what Eddie will be doing to Joshua. No, listen, you've no miles on tank, you. Look at shape you're in. Lifetime deal with that lot. Listen, they've already dropped down from big stadium fights to O2, haven't they? Get another 2 years, it'll be Joshua versus It's Big Freeze. And they'll go on about that, they'll sell it on the fact that they sparred and all that. And do you know what it'll be on at? Because Big Freeze will be about 40 then, won't he? Do you know what it'll be on at? Copper box. Coming to an arena near you. Well, the sign's already there now. The vultures are circling for what they can get out the carcass, aren't they? Come on. Come on. What's the matter with you? Don't like rain, do they, dogs? Tough. I'm gonna do it. Knacks them up, doesn't it? Fed up with them barking all the time. But no, he'll be getting flogged, big meat, until he's 40. Trust me. Well, when they're fighting once a year, or once every whatever, blue moon, now we'll just have a turnout, we'll fight in a couple of months, get me another 3 or 4 mil or something, that's what it'll be. And that's just how it'll be, and it'll be flogged. It'll be like taking a horse to meat market, wouldn't it? They're not going to let him off at Oak just that easy. He's going to be fighting for years, Joshua. And I think Dylan will as well, because it's free money, innit? Listen, if you can get by on having a big personality in boxing and a massive following and you do numbers, you can cut corners in training because you're always going to get opportunities. If you don't believe me, look at Derek Chisora. Derek War Chisora. When have we last seen him in a war? When? Right. 13 losses, he's still getting opportunities. What does that say to kids that have got 3 or 4 losses who are lightweights or featherweights and are on scrap heap? What do they think looking at all that? Do they think, maybe I should have piled them up at IFL and be photobombing every interview and be tweeting utter nonsense all day and night and get myself out there? I don't think that's the right thing. I think if you're good enough, it comes. So it's a bit like Tom Aspinall, isn't it? I've just seen an interview he did with Michael Bisping, I think. Really good interview, and he's a really nice kid, Tom, and I've met Tom through my pal Frank, and he's a lovely kid. And I think Michael Bisping were asking him about views and it's entertainment and getting you sent out there, and Tom Aspinall just said, look, you know, I'm getting a bit better at this speaking and that, but it's draining on my time and energy and mentally and all that. That's what he was saying, and I can understand that. The last thing fighters want are people sticking cameras in their face. That's why I always feel uncomfortable. You know, you're going to people, you're bothering them, and they're trying to do the training, and I don't like that. I don't like it. But Tom Aspinall said it ain't for him, that carry-on's not for him. And as long as he wants to get paid for what he does, but he ain't going to whore himself out like some brass, is he? Like other people that was on social media, fighters. Are them fighters insecure? Do they feel that they need that? Do them fighters feel that they have to go out there putting themselves out there because they're not as good in their ability? I don't know. Unless you get Tyson Fury, he's a one-off, isn't he? He's got ability and he's out there, he's the whole package, isn't he? Joshua's a bit more corporate, isn't he? But that's how I look at it anyway. If you're good enough, the money will come. Why brash yourself off? I mean, look at Bricktop brassing himself. These are bloody events. We don't want number 4 WBC guy or number 5 WBC guy in fights. We want events. Well, Frank, it wasn't long ago you were saying, look, if he's not available, we go down the rankings. Well, go down the rankings if you can't get Usyk and all them fights on, and Joshua. Go down rankings. 4 and 5 are available. Don't want that, do you? Want to put events on. You were dead against Saudi, weren't you, Bricktop, not long ago. And Stubhub. Stabab. Anyway, the Gad's received his potty. You know the Gad? Aren't you Gad? You've received your potty from the pork. We've sent it to officers. 2nd class, because that's all you're worth, Gad. Hope you like it. Don't forget to sit on it next time you have an interview with Bricktop. Hey, pop, pop, bang. Come on, you two.